Wait, that's not where we fell asleep. That's not where we fell asleep at all. Welcome, everyone, to the easternmost part of the map. This place that we have only glimpsed once before. A land of dragons, eternal winds, and lightning. The land of crumbling Farum Azula. You might be wondering why we're here. Remember what Melina said. The one who walks beside the flame is destined to meet with death. Well, we're to meet with destined death, aka the Rune of Death. Basically, the hint is that that's what we're here for, to get the Rune of Death. Give me 1 second to refill my water, and we'll get on that. Alright, I return. We're back, everyone. Rehydrated and ready to go. Let us acquire destined death. Awful lot of dragon people here. Makes sense, there's lots of dragon stuff in the area. Alright, well, they're busy eating. It would be rude to interrupt them, I guess. Alright, time to be rude. They were rude first. Turnabout is fair play. By the way, let's remind everyone. I got a lot of golden seeds, I should probably spend them. Let's remind everyone of the fact that the existence of this place and what it's about has kind of been hinted at a bit. Things like sanctuary stones that we found around the entirety of the lands between. Rare piece of a stone fragment found near places where ruins have fallen from the sky. Material used for crafting. Where ruins have fallen from the sky. Well, guess what? This is the ruins that fall from the sky. Crumbling Farum Azula. Why is it crumbling? Why is there a tornado? Why is it in the sky? All these things and more will hopefully be answered. We'll try. But first, there's a lovely little jar lad that we're going to go talk to. Because I think everything should have advanced. Yep, it has advanced. Look at that smashed jar. Jar Child. Where is the poor Jar Child? Jar Child!
Oh, cuz, I'm glad you came. But we're fine now. Dialos fought the poacher, though quite a lot of us got broken. I won't cry, though. I'm a warrior, Jar. A warrior. The tale of House Hoslow is told in blood. That's the kind of warrior I want to be one day, cuz. Even if I'm scared, I'll still fight to protect everyone.
You. Are the jars? Are they all right? Did I defend them?
What should we tell him, chat? You defended them.
Then all is well. This fool proved his worth in the end.
Well done, Dialos. You did one brave thing at the end.
The tale of House Hoslow is told in blood. That's the kind of warrior I want to be one day, cuz. Even if I'm scared, I'll still fight to protect everyone.
So hey, despite Dialos being a little bit of a failure, despite him not really liking himself or the way that he goes about things, at the end he was able to go down fighting, trying to protect something that he found within arm's reach that he wanted to protect. Good job, Dialos. You at least kept one of the little guys alive. And back we go to Farum Azula. Unlike Alexander, who got stuck on a rock, yes. He didn't do a whole lot to help protect us against the fire giant, eh? Whoa, here he comes. An ancient dragon! You can tell by the red lightning and the fact that it has 4 hands. Or legs, I should say. Get over here, we ain't done. Eat this. I have an extensive experience of killing dragons. I've killed bigger and stronger than you. I defeated Fortnite Sex, the most fearsome of dragons. So I've got this, right? I won't embarrassingly die or anything, yeah? Oh, that's the big one. How are you still standing and I haven't knocked your ass down yet? Honestly. Ow. Wait, what? What? How? Can I call a timeout and get a referee to check that play? What the hell just happened? I'm actually legitimately confused on what the hell just happened. Did the game do some weird thing where it broke again? I mean, it must have. Oh, that was fire. Oh, okay. That's what you were doing. Okay, I didn't actually hit roll there. I just lifted my thumb off the button and just rolled anyway. Yeah, I saw myself dying there. I'm gonna stop trying to hit its head. I still wish I didn't die on the first fight against him, where I don't know what happened. I somehow took double damage from his fire. It, like, reignited itself or something suddenly. Oh. Weren't even aiming at me with that one. Good roll there, game. I'm just gonna roll through that area just to be sure I don't get invisible flamed. Reignite the magic in my sword. There. You do want to kill him because killing the dragon gives you an ancient dragon smithing stone. Big maximum upgrade material. It's also why it's a tough dragon to beat. Cut off his tail for the dragon weapon. It's also why they put a grace right after that dragon, because you probably spent a lot of your resources to defeat it. Which we did, yes. Yes, we did. Okay. Sorry, I was getting my my map all set. We're going to be facing beastmen of Farum Azula everywhere we go. Because we're in Farum Azula, so there's lots of beastmen. Get it? Got it? Good. Do kind of miss when cut their tail off was a thing. I do as well, to a point. As long as, but, like, as long as the dragons became really annoying to get to the tail of, then it became less enjoyable, you know? Like Seath, for example. Seath was always a big pain in the butt to cut his tail off. Hey, you, hold this. Have another. By the way, the iconography that we're seeing a lot of in Farum Azula is images of beasts. Probably because of the beast men of Farum Azula. Great grave glovewort. And that seems to be like the two things that exist in this area. There are beast men and there are dragons, and they seem to coexist. At least they aren't killing each other actively. The initiative is mine. Ooh. Sheesh. A lot of flippy spinny moves there, buddy. He did a triple axle flippy spinny all over me. That's the big one he's casting. Which is fine. You cast that over there while I come over here and fight this guy. Ow, ow, ow. It's not fine anymore. Ancient Dragon Prayer Book. Oh, I never did get the Giant's Prayer Book given to someone. Prayer Book of the Capital's Ancient Dragon Cult. A lost tome that never reached the lands between. Contains red lightning incantations. Can be given to a learned cleric to gain access to the Ancient Dragon's Lightning Spear and Lightning Strike. Hey, do you hear those noises? Those noises sound kind of familiar. Let's head down. I never use the Moonlight Greatsword, by the way, guys. Please accept that I'm using the Moonlight Greatsword a lot on this playthrough. Hey, look what we found! Worm faces. So this is kind of weird that we find them here in Farum, Azula. Because, I mean, it seemed like they had come into being from being touched by death and having some sort of close-by encounters with the Rune of Death. Now, why would they be here? Crazy, huh? Very crazy. I can do whatever I want forever. I can fly? Yay! Look at this guy. Just waiting to try and hit me from the back. Look at that ear. Gross. Or at least what used to be an ear. No illusions here. I should probably get the stuff over here before I go over there. These guys don't seem too healthy, do they? Vomiting all over the place and whatnot. Somber Smithing 9. Ladder. Big ladder. Just a smithing 8 up here. Nothing too special. Is there anything I didn't grab down there? I got a nice bird's eye view right now to double check. I don't think there is. Nope, doesn't look like. Okay. There's two ways down to the next area. We either go down these floating, crumbling rocks, or we go across that way that I did before. But I like the floating rocks. Who doesn't like floating rocks? What I don't like is the fact that there's 3 of you. big one. Ow. That headbutt. The golden poo-poo. Glove Wart Picker's Bell Bearing 3. Yep, all the way. It's all the way here at Farum, Azula. Very deep into the game you get this, so that you can continue upgrading your ashes as you please, as much as you want. No, I don't think there's anything else big for us to pick up around here. Doesn't look like it on the map either. Alright, we got what we came for. I'm gonna run back rather than teleport, just so I don't have to kill all those beast men again. All them beast boys. "'Cause we're the Beastie Boys." Isn't there a thing in here that I haven't grabbed yet? I can double check if I picked it up and just mash through it at some point. Doesn't look like it. There should be like a Beastman's Jar Shield in the area. Weird. It's not that big of a deal because it's not like it's a good shield, nor does it have like any major lore with it for us to talk about, so I might just walk on by. I mean, it can also just randomly drop from a beast, man. Okay, I wouldn't worry too much about it. We'll probably see one eventually. What do we got here? Somber Stone Miner's Bell Bearing 4. Behold. You can now get Somber Stone 7 and 8. Oh, and Sanctuary Stones, apparently. Although that should be 7, 8, and 9 instead of Sanctuary Stone, I think. Is there anything, like, right below me? Double checking. Double checking the area. I know how to run through this place real fast, but I haven't scraped the area clean enough times to just have it in the back of my skull at all times. Hey, look! It's those who live in death. But Beastman formed. Neato. The beasts who live in death. Alright, who shot an arrow at me? Alright, you. Die. At least the crossbows aren't, like, two-shotting me. That's kind of a surprise, even. Okay, took care of them. Jump over here, and this is your Somber Smithing Stone 7. A nice little upgrade material to grab. Oh, I can't see from this angle. Okay, that's fine. We'll see eventually. I love the pathways that are made in crumbling Farum Azula. Again, if there's one thing that FromSoft really does better than pretty much anyone else when it comes to these games, it is the level design being interesting and having interesting traversal. Ow. Oh, God. How come he didn't stay in the backstab? Who said you're not allowed to be in the backstab, sir? Freaking archers from above. Stay in the backstab this time, jeez. Whoever was shooting me from above, I hate you, and I will kill you. I hope you know that. You there. I'm killing you. Oh, I'm gonna kill the shit out of you. In fact, I can do it right now. I can do it right now. Wanna have an arrow fight? Let's do it. Boom, headshot. Well, it looks like you gave up, didn't you? Bitch. I'm killing you? Yes, Multi-Ped 10. I hope you are prepared for death. Oh, we're very close to the fight. Let me double check something. Oh, I need to go grab Fevor's Cookbook 1, which should be in the, Summon Water Village in Limgrave. Way back here, or at least around it. Can't believe I never grabbed that. So it should be like down there. Down the gravestones. I know where this one is, because this one has very important crafting in it. That I could have used before, but I'm only going to use for this one specific fight coming up. Bear. Wait a second. This isn't what I'm thinking of. This isn't the location I'm thinking of. It's, that one, right? Yeah, but I guess I kind of need the tombstones to go down here. Usually I come at this from a different angle. Okay, that's just where I gotta land. No problem. I just went a little too low last time. Do 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 do. There we go. Fevor's Cookbook 1. Back to Farum, Azula. If you're wondering why I want this so bad, it is because this allows us to make sleep pots. Throwing potions. Sleep pots. There, I now have 10 sleeping potions. Like a lullaby or a quagmire, its light purple haze irresistibly draws its victims down into sleep. Sweet dreams. Most of these descriptions are not particularly, important. By the way, these holy water and or sacred order pots, if you're ever having trouble with any of those death birds, make a couple of these and they kill them very fast. I think literally like 2 sacred order pots kills almost every death bird or deathrite bird in the entire game. A third one might be necessary. Blood flies. But before I do that, we're going this way. This way. This way, that way, every which way. Everybody going here, every which way. Uh-huh. I knew you were there before you knew you were there, sir. You never stood a chance of sneak attacking me. Same with you. Mr. Twin Swords. Chad, did you know that you can get the best viewers for sale at Make sure to note that down. After all, it must be important since 1 million bots every freaking day come here talking about it. As if that's gonna do anything. All it's gonna do is transfer your money from your pocket to their pocket. Possibly get you banned. Best waifus at twitch.tv/ThorW. Hey you, remember when you were shooting at me? Fall. Up by him, we've got a great grave glovewort. I swear, I mess my R's and L's up a little more than I should. Oh boy, where'd you guys come from? Don't spook me like that out of nowhere, jeez. What the heck is aggro on me? Aggro? Do. I do think that I missed some stuff over there, though. Because that's where I should be meeting with a friend. I didn't see him. So let's try again. Bye. Oh, I have to be up there first, I think. I might have misremembered just a little bit on how to get there. How is that guy not dead yet? How long am I gonna have to wait before he explodes? Oh, hey, there they are. There's where those 3 curved sword skeleton warriors were. Look at that. Cute hiding spot. Okay, yeah. Yep, I have to be up there. I misremembered a little bit. It's okay, it's okay. Slight time waste. However, we can go down here for some stuff to do. Look at that guy. Just begging for a backstab. Sitting here staring at these... I guess these are perhaps grave memorials, something like that. Kind of hard to tell why he's sitting here staring at this. Maybe he just likes the ornate architecture. Either way, he was too distracted to notice me sneak up and rock his body. Oh, I scratched his back good, Chad. I scratched it real good. Hey, he slammed his shield down and a whirlwind showed up. We've seen that before. At Stormvale. That's Stormvale techniques. Does that mean that there is some sort of connection between Stormvale and Farum Azula? After all, at Stormvale, there's always a harsh whipping wind going on. And at Farum Azula, there's always harsh whipping winds because there's a massive tornado in the center of everything. Makes you think, doesn't it? By the way, this is kind of interesting. Depictions of, well, men. This one's even clearly a king. A giant king with a wife and a child beside it. Despite the fact that Farum Azula very much seems to be a dragon and beastman haven, we do see these knights here. I like to think that Stormvale at one point in time had a relationship with Farum Azula. And it might be part of why there's always whipping winds. At the very least, the world of men did have some relationship with the beastmen of Farum Azula, because we see depictions of, well, old kings, queens, and whatnot, old monarchs. Humans. And, every so often, we see a knight left over. Remnants of a long-lost kingdom, yes. And like I said before, these knights are all using techniques that we've seen before in Stormvale. And we get the Azula Beastmen Ashes. I think they're low one, the totem pole one, like this. Maybe they're not. There we are. Used to summon the spirits of two Azula Beastmen. Spirits of beastmen from the doomed Farum Azula, the slowly crumbling ruins in the sky. These ruins are said to be the remnants of a great mausoleum enshrining an ancient dragon, chosen or guarded by chosen beastmen who wield weapons clad in lightning. Somber Smithing 9. Lots of big upgrade materials in this area, as it is just about the end of the game. Also, the enemies aren't quite as strong. So, I want to point out that the Halig Tree enemies are considered are higher tier than the enemies here in Farum Azula, as it is an optional... It is the optional super area, so those enemies should be, in general, more dangerous. Man, look at this. They stuffed a bunch of dead beastmen in there. There's 4 skeletons in there. Easily seen. This entire place is a giant mausoleum. Or so they say. Hey, look! A summon sign. Well, look who it is, Recusant Bernal. Let's bring him in. We haven't seen him in a while. How'd he get here to Farum Azula? He didn't burn the Erd tree and get a teleport here like I did. Did he also have a maiden? I don't know. He got here. Anyway, Bernal, let's get prepped for some bullshit. Behold! These assholes! Two at once. Which is why I have sleeping pots. Because two at once is some bullshit. And I brought Recusant Bernal with me, and he's a beast. Look at him go. Ow. Well, doughboys are rolling. You can keep dealing damage to them as they die. All right, Bernal, you've got this. Finish them. I'll be cheering for you. In my native dance. Do it, Bernal, do it! What a beast! Oh, well. Come on, Bernal, you've got him. One more hit. Ow! Come on, Bernal, one more hit. You've got this, bud. Yeah! High five. Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing 4 and Ash of War Black Flame Tornado. The Black Flame Tornado is the ultimate move that the apostles use, where they spin their weapon around. Spin your armament overhead and then plunge it into the ground to summon a raging vortex of black flames. Hold to create an initial flame tornado while spinning the armament. Usable on polearms and twin blades. And the other thing we got is the bell bearing. Whoops. Inventory. Key items. Which is the Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing, which lets you get 7, 8, and I know it says Ruin Fragment, but I think it should be 9s. First try. That's why I made those sleep pots, by the way, was to remove one of those guys from the fight. Sleep pots are extremely good for this fight, or sleep arrows, or anything to put at least one of them to sleep and turn it into a 1-on-1. Although I turned it into a 2-on-1 because I summoned Bernal, but it's fine. They deserve it. The Godskin duo absolutely deserves to get destroyed by multiple people at once. Look at this. Admiring the old architecture and the burials and stuff. Like I said before, clearly a close connection between these knights. These banished knights and the, well, the peoples here. Altered. It's just the banished knight armor, but without the cape. Oh, hi there. Bye there. You know, I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever actually summoned Bernal for that Godskin duo fight. He's pretty strong. He did more than I thought he would. That being said, if I didn't sleep them right away, then Bernal might have had a much harder time. Much, much harder. Ow. Bitch. Throwing stuff at me while I'm looking at my map. Hey, look, stairs. Hey, look, a bridge. Hey, look. A tree sentinel. The fuck is a tree sentinel doing here? No, the one that got closest to becoming Elden Lord besides us was Vike. Who instead became Frenzied Flame Lord. Or at least tried to. Beastman's Curved Sword. Alright, cool. Good drop. Here we go. Curved sword forged of dull iron, wielded by the Beastman of Farum Azula. The blade is heavy but well balanced, comparatively easy to wield for the damage it delivers. Alright, before I go that way, there's some more stuff for us to do back this way. Do 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 do. No, you don't, sir. Dude, all of that was just his stupid wind. His stupid wind dealt 70% to me. The problem is Bernal's not at all trying to become Elden Lord, so he's not the closest to becoming Elden Lord because he never really tried it. Instead, he's a recusant. He is in direct opposition of anyone becoming Elden Lord. Or at the very least, in direct opposition of the Golden Order, the Erd Tree. So he would have to find some different age where the Erd Tree no longer exists because he don't like it. He thinks it's stinky. Stinky like chat. P.U. Okay, I thought there would be a little bit more to look at over there than there was, if I'm being honest. Perhaps I am dumb. I could be dumb. Am I dumb? Chat, am I dumb? Please answer. Please answer favorably. Let me just double check something real quick. I'm looking at the interactive map. Reminder that Farum Azula is a little bit layered. There is a up and a down area. And because of that, sometimes it can be easy to to think that something is one area when you see it on the map, but it's actually, like, above or below. Okay, yeah. That's exactly what's going on here. The thing on the map is on a different vertical level, and that's why it's, that's why I thought it was where I thought it was. Okay. Sorry for the confusion, guys. Just gotta go to a different vertical level. Up or down. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Hey, you, remember when you threw that thing at me? Hey, you. I don't like the look of your lightning. Hey, you. Out there on your own, sitting naked by the phone, would you touch me? Dags. Okay, you throw lightning, I throw magic. Let's see who wins. I gotta say, Radagon was a fool for altering the Moonlight Greatsword. What a good wedding present this is. A good betrothal gift. Has ever explained how you can carry that much runes? Magic. It's magic. I don't gotta explain shit. No, not really. Basically, when you kill someone, you are taking the golden runes from their being. And then, I don't know, they're like temporarily stored on your person in some way, shape, or form, but you cannot interpret the runes yourself, and you need them to be interpreted by one other, someone who knows the technique for it. At least until Melena's like, oh, by the way, let me just make it so you can do this for yourself, and then she, like, snaps her fingers and you can do it. It's a gameplay element thing. I wouldn't think too hard about that one. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. Stop that. Rude. Very, very rude. This is 2 stone sorters, right? Yeah. Boop, bop. Activate the lift. Do some squats. I don't think we're the only one that can gather them. I think they sit there as more of a gameplay element than anything else, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. But one thing you can say about why they sit there and or how they sit there is that they do look like a sprout of golden like roots or something along the lines. So it's clear that the runes are like... Oh boy, there's a lot of these guys. Clear that the runes themselves are some manner of power from the Erd Tree, or from the Golden Order. Something along those lines. Uh-oh. Ow. Alright, that guy's gotta go. Fudge! I got caught on the plant. Do you have to have two giant, unstaggerable guys right there? Honestly, that just makes it annoying. Hold on. Let me change equipment a little bit. Let's get those briar pieces so I can roll these guys to death. Yeah, it's required for them to be there, for the lore. Oh, you're right, Chad, I'm sorry. I forgot about the lore implications of getting your ass beat by two big men, and how much chat desires it. Lord's Rune. They have been punished for their hubris now. I roll them to death. I cannot be punished for my hubris, for my hubris is too powerful. Another big boy. Quick, before he reconstitutes. By the way, I want to point out that it seems kind of a natural thing for those that live in death to have access to Ghost Flame. Because regardless of where they originate from, all of those who live in death seem to have access to it. Which is pretty neat. Once you become a skeleton, you just get Ghost Flame powers. At least if you have some sort of priestly ability. A nascent butterfly. A dog. Dead dog. Man, dogs are everywhere in this world. Even at the crumbling temple in the sky, there are dogs. For whatever reason. Where did they come from? How did they get here? All we know is that they're here, and we hate them. That item is nothing. But I need it, because it's right there. Man, that's OP, I gotta say. That's a lot of damage. I do have a shit ton of int, though. Since I leveled up so that we could show literally everything off. In fact... Since I haven't really showed it off much at all, let's show Ronnie's Dark Moon against an enemy. Next enemy that summons a skull at me. Oh, hey, look. An enemy that'll summon a skull at me. Take this. Oh, well. Take this. Kaboom! God damn, is it strong. And a big AoE blast. But god damn, is it expensive. You gotta really have a caster build going if you want to use one of the moon spells. Okay, you. Stop that. A golden scarab. Hiya! Golden lightning fortification. Where is it? There's lightning fortification. There's golden lightning. Greatly increased lightning damage negation for the caster or nearby allies. This incantation was used by the Knights of the Erdtree during the assault by the Great Dragon Grandsax and the bitter war of the ancient dragons that followed. Gotta say, those Erdtree guys really did figure out how to defend against everything over time. It's no wonder the Golden Order became the dominant force in the lands between. They've got all the proper defense options for battle. Counters all magic as long as it doesn't get cast till 2 seconds after you start casting yours. Yeah, that's the problem with the... That's one of the problems with the lunar spells, the moon spells, is that they take a while to fire off. And if you get hit while you're casting them, well, tough. What are you going to do, cry about it? Then you're like, yeah, I will cry about it. I didn't want to take that damage. Anyway, here we go. This is where we go to go talk with an old friend. There he is, chat. Apparently, in his world, he beat that fire giant.
Ah, I see you finally made it here yourself. The city hanging in the air is slowly crumbling. What an incredible place we find ourselves. But that aside, you're certainly a force to be reckoned with, eh? I doubt there's a single soul who could have handled that giant other than you. It was practically a god. Of course, I count myself, the great Alexander, among the many. Which means I've but one thing to ask of you. Would you kindly undertake my ordeal? Come and tell me when you're ready. I've been longing to fight a warrior as accomplished as you.
He wishes for us to fight. Of course. Let there be glorious combat.
You are ready then, I take it? Then let us begin.
Then let us begin.
I am the great Jar Warrior, Iron Fist Alexander.
Damn, what a start. That was cool, Alexander. That was really cool.
One champion together.
Oh, Alexander, I'm so sorry about this. But it was not meant to be for you, my friend.
As I suspected, victory was impossible. This vessel was found lacking. My thanks. I knew you were the stuff of champions. It was a marvelous battle. I implore you, take what I bequeath from inside me. All vessels are destined to one day break. But the great Alexander lived as a warrior to his last.
Alexander! No! We get the Shard of Alexander Talisman and Alexander's Innards key item. Shard of the Late Alexander, a shattered warrior jar. Greatly boosts the attack power of skills. This is a very good talisman. Scraps of stewed flesh cling to the shard, and tatters of ornaments can be seen mingled within the slime. Relics of a red-haired champion, it would seem. A red-haired champion, you say? That's right, guys. Alexander did get a little bit of Radon for himself, I like to think. After the assault on Radon. Or possibly he always had a little bit of Radon in him. Radon's a pretty big guy. He could have offered a little bit. And the key item, Alexander's Innards. A keepsake of the warrior jar, Alexander, found at the core of the dead flesh that once filled the great jar. The jars contain dregs inherited from those who came before, and thus our warriors pass from jar to jar, carrying dreams of greatness. Of course, why wouldn't he want to put us inside of him? Have you seen us? We're pretty impressive. Parkour. And after our parkour adventures, we get the Ancient Dragon Apostles Cookbook 4. Hidden deep, deep up here. I guess not deep, but high. Oh, and there's two big guys again. They're always two big guys. Every time. Sir, please. Okay, thank God. All right. It's now a 1v1. Easy peasy. At the very least, he probably had a lot of red mains in him. True. But again, I do believe that that's supposed to, like, be a nod towards Alexander getting some Radon. Just a little bit of the greatest of the demigods within him. That's why he was able to make it all the way here. The most powerful and greatest of all living jars, Alexander. Somber 8. And I think that's it for up here. Oh, wait. Right. We've also got this. Smithing 8. And now that's it for up here. But thus ends the side quests with our good friend Alexander. May he and the warriors that constituted him rest in peace. Wish we didn't have to murk him? Welcome to FromSoft Games. Your best friend? Dead. Their wife? Dead. That kid you met down the street? Dead. And if not dead yet, you're gonna kill him eventually. It's the law of the land. Speaking of the law of the land, I see a dragon. And the law of the land tells me this dragon must die. Link must die. And that's the other thing. Alexander requested that fight. He wanted us to give him all we had. We would be remiss for not giving him a true battle. Ah! Fire. Fire is hot. Give me your dragon tail weapon. Another dead dragon. With 3 gravelstone. So, that ancient dragon wasn't shit because it wasn't shooting lightning. It was like a weak little baby ancient dragon, essentially. A little baby. Little Barbie. And I think that's it for what we can grab up here. It's just what that dragon had. Seems like it. Okay. Wonderful. Actually, before we continue with Farum Azula, let's go back to Jarburg. Let's go tell the child what happened to his hero. That we killed the shit out of him. Look what he's doing.
The tale of House Hoslow is told in blood. That's the kind of warrior I'm going to be. One who protects everybody.
He's eating the remains of Dialos. Or shoving them inside of him, at least.
The tale of House... That's the kind of one who protects everybody.
Alright, we'll just do it that way. I may need to go in and out of the area a couple times. Oh, here we go.
Thanks for coming back, cuz. I've been thinking... It's time for me to set out on a journey. As a warrior jar. Upon the path of champions.
Here, take Alexander's insides with you.
Wow. Cuz... Are these... insights... from Uncle Alexander? Thank you. Cuz I'm a warrior jar, so I need to be strong. I can really have them, right? I understand. I'll get strong. Strong enough. I deserve to have Uncle's insights. I don't think I'll see you again. When I set out, warriors are supposed to work alone. Goodbye, cuz. And thanks for everything. I'll never forget you, cuz. I'll never forget you.
He'll never forget us, chat. Dialos's mask. Replica of a twin-tailed silver helm with flowery adornments, only without the twin tails. Diallos Hoslow had an elder brother who was a stern, self-possessed man of few words. His achievements made him seem out of reach, and so the younger aspired to be like the older, yearning for the day that he would tell the tale of House Hoslow in blood, knowing full well that it would break his brother's heart. And we get the companion jar talisman. There it is. A talisman given by the jars to their friends. Raise the potency of thrown jars. Though the jars are brought to life by human flesh and blood, they are all rather kindly folk. Perhaps they were made to be better than their innards. By the way, raising the potency of jars is pretty solid for certain jars. It'll make them very good. Like, it can make sleep induce a lot faster. It can make bleed induce a lot faster, rot, etc., etc. It's very good for throwing status ailments at enemies. In fact, jars in general in this game, good. They're all strong. And thus ends the quest of Alexander and the Little Jar Baron and Diallos. Later, nerds. I know how to go fast. Yeehaw. Hey, look, that guy's wearing armor. Really, really tarnished and rusted armor, though. It's cracking at the seams and everything. It's really hard to tell exactly the ornamentation of it. But I think you can kind of see... Oops. I think you can kind of see some, like, horns and maybe some draconic stuff on it. Unlike the perfumes. Yeah, the perfumes could be better. They're not terrible, but they're not anywhere near as good as the jars. The jars are much better than the perfumes. Sir, you missed. You're not supposed to miss when you swing and throw things. Otherwise, that happens to you. And everyone will point at you and laugh and say you deserved it. Isn't that right, chat? Bye! Whoa! Guy's got really good aim for throwing around corners. Curve the bullet. Stop curving the bullet now. I'm coming for you. I'm a-comin', and you're not gonna get away from me. I'll snap into you like a Slim Jim. Ooh, yeah. this? Forget what this leads to. It leads to pain via giant dog and giant beast man. This fucking dog. Got him. Good. Done. Fight is over now. Fall. Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. More maximum upgrade materials. Gotta make sure to pick those up. We've been over there before, down there even before. That's over there. There's a late game Elden Ring where path doesn't lead to pain and suffering. The path of least resistance. Clearly. Alright. Let's continue going. And moving and grooving. And all that good stuff. We are now making progress. By the way, it's easy to miss this item because it's on this little crumbly part, but this is a Dragon Crest Shield Talisman +2. Wrought Iron Talisman depicting a trio of ancient dragons instead of just one. Yada yada, Lords of Living Rock. It's better than the Dragon Crest Shield Talisman. Not as good as the Great Shield Talisman that we got from the Halig tree. So, I don't need to pay attention to it. It's a really good pickup if you don't have any of the other Shield Talismans, though. And it's right along the main path. So, quick and easy to grab. It was common to, make sure you pick that up on speedruns just for the slight increase of defenses that you otherwise have very little of. Because you can fall right onto it, grab it, and keep going. Hey, look! This looks like a statue of, like, a priest or something similar. A beast man. And those... well, that... cloak kind of looks familiar. We've seen that before. Oh, it's that guy up there. That's the one that's making problems. Okay, that's the direction to the next site of grace, so let's go upstairs for a sec and see what we find. Oh, hey, it's that guy. He really wants to die, so let's help him. Didn't you see what I did to Alexander? I will fulfill your request for death, sir. Don't worry. I got your back. We've been over there. That's where we came from, even. There's corpses and everything there. So I don't gotta go that way. Don't gotta go that way at all. Man, there's not a whole lot in the piles of rocks here that's important. You can see tons of crumbled skeletons and such mixed in with it, probably because they were at one point the same as these, where you see these beastmen kind of buried together in the walls and everything like this, because this is a massive mausoleum of beastmen, dragons, and whatnot. That's why we've got all these statues of them. Nothing particularly important up here, then. All right. Moving on. It is nice to see the architecture, though. It's pretty cool. A broken dragon. A crucible knight. Were these friends at one point, or enemies? Whatever the reason, Crucible Knight still stands here, ready to get killed. Look how killed he's getting. I should have kept a running tally of all the Crucible Knights that we've killed. Be nice to see the number go up again. Ding. Smithing Stone 8. And there's our next site of grace. The Annoying Run site of grace. By the way, I have enough for one level up. One level up. I'll do it. Why not? We're big. We're giant. Infinity runes. I'll come back and grab this stuff a little bit later. Because that dragon over there has to shut his mouth. Because until that dragon shuts his mouth, this lightning is going to be all over the place. And that's annoying. You know what else is annoying? These freaking hawks that'll attack us while we run through here. Oh, I'm too fat. I'm too fat to fit. Alright, sorry about that, friend. I had to put my buffs on. My Sunday best buffs. You know. This is another for realsies Ancient Dragon because it's got lightning. But this one is injured by the time we get to it. And it gives us an Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone, just as the others do. And up past it, a somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. 2 max level equipment upgraders. Alright, let's backtrack now and go clear this area. Without just running right by everything. Now that the dragon isn't going to be there making things annoying. I mean, there's still these guys to make things annoying. Okay, camera, don't make me fall down when I roll. I don't want to fall down the hole. All right. Annoying ass birds. Open the door. They won't open the door. Put this back on this for a second. There we go. Catch. Oh, I'm almost out of arrows, actually. Holy crap. We went through that many arrows since the last time I refilled. Nearly 700. I haven't gone through that many arrows since the last time I farmed the crap out of crows. Killing you. Mm-hmm. Why would I not do the endings, chat? You're gonna see the endings. They're lore important. I hate you. I hate you and your kind. Freaking birds, man. The birds suck. They suck so much if you're meleeing. Catch. Oh, you fell. Huh. You're a bird that doesn't know how to fly properly. Idiot. Moron. Baka. Etc. Chat, I'm gonna need a quick break. Okay, let's continue. Short break is done. We were right behind that big dragon, and we're dropping on down. By the way, see what I mean when I said that, generally there's, like, no real reason to get that cat talisman that will reduce fall damage? How often have we actually, like, fallen and taken damage? We either take nothing or very little, if anything at all, but usually it's nothing. It's not that the cat talisman was done dirty, it's just that fall damage is much better now. I'd much rather it be like this and the cat talisman feel like it's worthless than for it to be like a fair bit of the other Souls games. Not all of them, but most of the other ones where the fall damage is ludicrous. Fall off of a chair just a tiny bit and break your ankle. Bye. Your turn to get backstabbed now. We all backstab together. Everybody backstab. Everybody backstab. By the way, this one, this is a big pillar rising elevator. Big pillar. Hey, look at this. Crucible Knight versus Beastmen. Who do you think wins? Considering the Crucible Knight took 6 damage there from that hit, I think that the Crucible Knight's gonna clean house. Hey, didn't follow it up like they usually do. Crucible Knight falls. Is that Crucible Knight number 16? Or are there still more out there, chat? What do you put your bet on? Multi-Ped 10, you can fall much, much farther in this game than in DS2. It's like not even close. Bolt Drake Talisman +2. We got it. And as for where this puts us out, hey look, we rounded the corners. Good, good. And let me think. Was there something back there I could have grabbed that I bypassed? I think so. Yes, but that's what made the cat ring useful? Sure, but I'd just rather not have the stupidly large amount of fall damage for tiny distances. Like I said, I prefer this. I would much rather have the cat talisman be fucking useless. Mostly. There's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 drops in like the whole damn game where the cat talisman would be useful to equip. But I digress. I'd much rather have it work like this than to feel like I need it for the tiniest of drops. Like this drop, that drop I just pulled off, in Dark Souls 2, you would take damage. And that sucks. Did I ever look all the way around this area? Maybe I did. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Open the chest that was next to this guy. That's why I felt like I forgot something. Dragon Tower Shield. I'm sure somebody was ripping their hair out and shouting at the screen, "You missed the chat!" Tower shield engraved with a dragon, symbol of protection. Heavy even among great shields. It possesses exceptional guarding ability. The ancient dragons who ruled in the prehistoric era were before the Erd Tree. They would protect their lands as a wall of living rock. If you look at its defenses, 100 physical, 61 magic, 67 fire, 55 lightning, 64 holy, 69 guard boost. Guard boost is your stability before it gets knocked out of your hands, making it the best overall, other than the fingerprint stone shield. I think that's the only one that's better. Oh wait, the visage shield. 75 on that guard boost. Huh. Never knew it was quite that good. Still, Dragon Tower Shield, pretty darn solid. It's not bad at all. And this does not have a go down thing with this particular elevator. No, it's not super different from other metal great shields. Metal great shields are metal great shields, and they're hefty and provide a lot of stability generally. Guard boosts in this game. So they don't eat up too much of your stamina when you take hits and block with them, overall at least. And in this game, that's pretty good. That's pretty strong. That's strong against a lot of different, almost every single enemy in the game, with the exception of when they go to grab you, and a lot of bosses as well. I said it before, and I'll say it again. Having a shield in Elden Ring is pretty good. It's better than having a shield in some of the other games, in my opinion. Because Elden Ring gives you some good shields, and it gives you some good shields pretty early on if you know where to look. You can pretend to be dead all you want. It's not pretending anymore. Rather than having a shield in Bloodborne, ironically, no. Bloodborne shield that it gives you is a joke item, and it's a wooden plank, and it's like, oh yeah, shields would never be useful in this world. But it's actually one of the better game's shields to use, because while it doesn't defend well against, you know, normal attacks from beasts and stuff, it heavily reduces and or negates damage from guns. And NPCs in Bloodborne have infinite bullets. Reducing the effectiveness of guns is really good. I actually probably used the shield in Bloodborne more than any other Souls game because of that. Hey, you shouldn't do that in water. Lightning is conducted. Dummy. These dummies. Stop trying to zip-zap me into water. I don't appreciate it. Somber Stone Miners Bell Bearing 5. That lets us... there we go. That's the 9. Just wish they didn't nerf it by removing its ability to negate winter lanterns when you were blocking. Yeah, that was the other thing that it was extremely good for, was making winter lanterns not be able to frenzy you. I didn't know they removed that. I mean, again, the main thing I used it for was when fighting against NPC hunters, making sure that their guns don't do like 80% of my health in a single shot. That there way is the way to the boss, so we're gonna go this there way. This here way. That one's an actual corpse, it's not just pretending. This one, just pretending. This one, actual corpse. This one, actual corpse. Actual corpse. Where are all these corpses here for? Corpses everywhere. So many. Hey, here's where we found that one Crucible Knight. Killed it. Catch. It was me. I was the thing to be caught. Teehee. Squats. There's a way, there's a spot to stop off on the way back up. We'll have to check that later. First, we're going to check down here. Ah, boy. Nothing on that side. There we go. The Drake Knight set. Helm, armor, gauntlets, and greaves. Black iron helm worn by Drake Knights features the spoils of a dragon catch as an emblem of pride as both dragon hunter and partaker of communion. From birth, Drake Knights speak not a word. They spend their lives pursuing the strength of dragons for its sublime beauty and inspiration of all. From birth, they don't speak a word, huh? I'm sure. I'm so sure. Drake Knight armor. The cape is crafted with dragon wing membrane. I have a horny head. Look, it almost looks like a dunce cap in a way. Oh, they're freaking birds. No. Stop it. bad. Hey, look at where we are. So that's where this leads. Cute. Okay, beside the Great Bridge. Alright, that's the Drake Knight set. Still a couple other things for us to do around the bridge. Actually, before that, while I'm still thinking about it, we need to go to the Cathedral of Dragon Communion. We have a lot of dragon hearts to cash in. It is time to become like a dragon. Get it? Give me Grail's Roar. And the Dragon Maw. Dragon Claw. Borealis' Mist. I still have 8 more hearts. 2. There we go. We've got all the dragon stuff now. Time to become a magma worm. We ate a lot of hearts. You would think that would make us, you know, look a little bit more like a dragon, but oh well. We'll be fine, because we're the protagonist. Oh, my flask is already at maximum charge. Actually, I don't think I need more than 2. No sacred tears. Dragon eyes? What do you mean? You mean these? You can, like, sort of see them. Can't see them much at all, to be perfectly honest. Let's put Melania's hat on. I am Melania, Uwu of Mikla, and I have never known woe. Okay, there is more to do in this direction. I'm not just going here for no reason. There we go. Ladder. Look at all these dead beast men. Who killed all of them? Was it you, chat? Did you kill them? They missed a few. Oh god, what a trap. It's Bernal! He was the one killing them. But he left a few alive as a trap. Golden Vow. That'll really make him hurt. Bernal, please. Don't make this harder than it needs to be, sir. Oh, God! He's got that big poise. Big poise for big boys. Okay, get away from the dragon so that I can go deal with the dragon. Alright, there you go, Recuse and Bernal. there, honestly. Well, hey, I can cast magic too. Oh, he stopped me. Finish him. Astolfo's penis is delicious.
Hashtag not my trap.
There you go. Blasphemous Claw, Devourer's Scepter, and Beast Champion Helm, Armor, Gauntlets, and Greaves. A Blasphemous Claw is not a talisman, duh. I'm being stupid. It is in with this stuff. Tools. These. There we go. A slab of rock engraved with traces of the Rune of Death. It can deflect the power of the Black Blade. On the night of the dire plot, Ranni rewarded Praetor Rykard with these traces. Should the coming trespass one day transpire, they would serve as a last resort foil, allowing Rykard to challenge Malekith the Black Blade, the Black Beast of Destined Death. So this points towards Ranni having a pretty good relationship with her brother Rykard, considering that they were willing to work together on this plot, and she was willing to trust someone with the information and a little portion of Destined Death as well. So Ranni left this as an extra means to an end, allowing Rykard to have a possible ability to fight back against Malekith the Black Blade. And we've got the Beast Champion set, the Helm. Silver helm engraved with tiny beasts, worn by Bernal the Recusant. The beasts, their eyes and ears covered, represent an oath. See nothing, hear nothing, doubt nothing, and carry on, along the path set in stone. Basically, just close your eyes and, move forward. Beast Champion armor. Beasts are drawn to champions and to lords, and this armor befits a champion worthy of becoming a lord, and that is what Bernal was. A champion worthy of becoming a lord, until his maiden threw herself into the fire, and Bernal gave up on it. So yeah, Bernal got far. Bernal was absolutely a powerful son of a bitch. But he gave up on becoming Elden Lord when he learned that he had to sacrifice his maiden. He did not want to do that. And we get the Old Lord's Talisman. Old Lord. There it is. A legendary talisman depicting the ancient king whose seat lies at the heart of the storm beyond time. Extends the duration of sorceries and incantations. It is said that the ancient royal city of Farum Azula has been slowly crumbling since time immemorial. And one thing you can tell about that talisman, When you look at it, it seems to be a dragon encased in its wings with 4 heads coming out. Or a hydra. A hydragon. Oh, wait. We also gotta look at Bernal's weapon. Silly me. It should be a great club, right? Yes. Devourer's Scepter. Scepter in the shape of a serpent devouring the world. This weapon will one day become the very symbol of the Lord of Blasphemy. One of the legendary armaments. A vision of the future briefly seen by Rykard in his final moments before being devoured by the Great Serpent. Unique skill, Devourer of Worlds. Charge the scepter with magic and strike it into the ground to steal the HP of all nearby enemies. And as you can see, it is... Here we go. Now I can put it closer to the camera. It is a bunch of hands holding up a visage of the world while a coiled serpent wraps around everything and takes a massive bite into it. This is what Rykard wanted to become, a massive serpent capable of devouring the very world itself. And then from that point forward, he might actually go beyond the world, to the stars, to devour those. He wanted to become a beast that could devour everything. Because then he would be truly eternal. That's why he had to be stopped. That's why he had to be stopped. And I do believe that's everything that I could have gotten there. Yes. 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 Yep, looks like it. Awesome. And that's pretty much everything within Farum Azula. We've grabbed all the important bits. Might have bypassed a upgrade item here or there, but otherwise, we got everything. However, there's one sentinel standing in our way. Fireball horse. Malformed dragon helm, armor, gauntlets, and greaves. A malformed golden helm adorned with various dragon imagery and worn by the misshapen tree sentinels. After the great ancient dragon Grandsax attacked, the sentinels had an epiphany. The only way to truly protect the Erd Tree was to become dragons themselves. So there you go. We've only fought 2 dragon sentinels in the entire game, if I'm remembering right. One was guarding the back entrance to Lindell, the capital city, and one is here. Now, we have one more trip to Caelid to make. Because we have some death root to feed to a dog. Or a dog person, or... what could it be called? Oh, yes. A beast man of Farum Azula. As you can tell by the architecture. This is all Farum Azula architecture. Garank here. It's clearly a beast man.
It is all consumed. Still, I am not sated. Not nearly sated. Is this what it is to sin? Will things never be the same again? Tarnished, my thanks for thy long labor, but I have done all I can in this land. Henceforth, mine appetite shall be my sole companion. Farewell.
An ancient dragon smithing stone. Where did he get his hands on that, do you think? Oh, could it be Farum Azula? And Garank's beast claw. And look, he just fades away into oblivion. Alright, our final beast incantation, Garank's beast claw. Superior incantation taught by Garank, the beast clergyman. Creates beast claws that rend surroundings with shockwaves. Long ago, Garank was a beast of such terrifying ferocity that his former name meant death of the demigods. Neat. And that finishes off Garank's quest. But for the most part, we will have a chance to see him again. But first, we have a different person to go chat with. I'm gonna want this. He got it from Patches? Oh, good old trusty Patches, always giving you the best equipment. So hey, fun fact. There's rocks right down here you can land on, just barely if you take a peek. And these rocks lead us to the heart of the storm. I mean, look at us. We're right here. Right next to the tornado. So if you look carefully, you'll see all these remains of beasts lain to death. However, there is one spot unfilled. Let's lie down in this grave. Hey, that looks kind of familiar. Welcome everyone to Farum Azula. However, we are at Farum Azula before the crumbling. You can see these vast pillars of buried, well, sort of buried, I guess, entombed beast warriors all surrounding this arena. And hey, when I said that looks familiar, that's because we just picked up the Old Lord's Talisman, depicting the ancient king whose seat lies at the heart of the storm beyond time. Welcome to that ancient king's arena, and that, right there, is the ancient king. Let's go kick his ass. Dragon Lord Placidusax. Dragon Lord Placid Dudesax. Give me that face. So you'll notice that he is greatly dilapidated, injured. He's missing a head here that you can see the neck. Or what's left of it. He is ravaged by time and previous battles. Reminder of what we've learned about the ancient dragons and the war against them, that Godfrey defeated the king of the ancient dragons. So those two missing heads of his are likely from Godfrey slicing them off. Stop teleporting you. Ah! Big explosion. It was cool, though. Here he comes. What? Why'd you leave that lightning there? Rude. Very rude, dude. Fire! Laser fire! Oh god! He's going for it. I did not think that would have enough to kill me in the first place. Also, I hit roll and it didn't roll. Damn. Ouch. A reminder, that's only 2 heads. He's supposed to have 4 heads. He's doing a King Ghidorah. Yeah, he sure is. He's a very cool dragon boss. And he should be. He's king of the dragons. He's supposed to be cool. He's a tough boss, too. He does lots of damage and is kind of tricky because he can turn invisible, teleport, phase in and out, all that stuff. And look closely at him when we fight him. You'll see that he's like... While the area he's in seems to be removed from time, he himself does not seem to be removed from time, as he has been dilapidated. How would the player know to lie down in that specific place? Is it mentioned somewhere? Nope. You just get there and find the prompt. Otherwise, you don't know at all. There's a prompt once you get to that area. It's the only grave spot without a grave being filled. Get ready to move again. Fire. Yep. Yep. I know your moves, sir. I've seen all your moves. Eat this, nerd. Come back, coward! Damn, that lingering lightning. There he goes. Oh. Buff up. Let's go. Oh my god, that wing hurt. Holy moly. No! Grandpa, it's time for you to turn off the TV and go to bed. Your time is over, old man. Remembrance of the Dragon Lord. The Dragon Lord, whose seat lies at the heart of the storm beyond time, is said to have been the Elden Lord in the age before the Erd Tree. Once his god was fled, the Lord continued to wait its return. Boy, that's got a lot of implications. The Elden Lord before the Erd Tree. So before the Erd Tree was established, the Elden Rune, or the Elden Ring, I should say, or, more importantly, the Crucible, already existed. There was an age of dragons, where the dragons were the dominant species and had their own dragon god, who may have worked for the greater will, as this dragon was an Elden Lord here, Placidusix was. But at some point in time, that god of the dragons, it says they fled, but it's possible that god of the dragons just disappeared one day. Whether it's because they fled, or they died off, or they were killed off or some other thing, at the end of the day, the Age of the Dragons came to an end, or began to come to an end. And that's probably the event that happened just before the looking for a new Elden Lord, or in this case, a new god to bring a new age, when Marika took power. That would be when there would be other Empyreans that were given their own two fingers, and whatever the two fingers wanted to give to them as well, in order to try and establish a seat of power, a new age. Placidusax here lost 2 of his heads in dire combat after that. Let's go to the Round Table Hold and see what we can get out of that. Shall we? By the way, shit's on fire.
You've done it, I see. What use do you have for me now? I am a finger reader. I will remain here until their dialogue ends and the fingers speak again. Do as you please. Take whatever course seems most worthy to you. Now you may go.
Nice of her to be cool with this.
You'd force this tired old crone to work, even now.
Yes.
Harder taskmaster have I never met.
Unfortunately, no Dragon Lord Placidusax armor. But he could offer us the Dragon King's Cragblade, a piercing gravelstone sword containing primeval lightning, a portion of the Dragon Lord's power gained from a remembrance. This weapon contains great power over the paltry, mortal dragons of today. Unique skill, Thundercloud form. Temporarily transform into a red thundercloud and fly through the air, then plunge down with a lightning-infused blade. Hold to increase the reach of the thundercloud form, so that's exactly what Placidusax was doing when it was disappearing and reappearing. And Placidusax's Ruin. Power gleaned from the remembrance of the Dragon Lord Placidusax. Transform the caster into the Dragon Lord to spew golden breath from above. This can be cast while jumping. These are the dying wails of the Dragon Lord who once dwelled eternally beyond time. I love how it says, commands great power over the paltry mortal dragons of today. It's like, the dragons that you find in the lands between ain't nothing but bitches. And, you know, compared to Placidusax,
Do what you believe.
especially considering the fact that when we eventually are the ones to find Placidusax, we find out that he is gravely injured, missing 2 of his heads, and has already gotten the shit kicked out of him at one point in time. We're fighting a much weaker version of what he would be in his prime.
Take a look around. The Round Table Hold is burned, razed to the ground.
It is not raised.
Don't worry. I don't blame you.
To the ground, at least.
I'll continue spirit tuning just the same as before, which is why I need your help persuading Master Hugh to leave. His roots are so knotted in this place. He won't last much longer if he stays here. His shackles are broken. He's a free man now. It's high time he put the Round Table behind him. I see.
So, Roderica here wants for us to try and convince Hugh, to the blacksmith, to leave the Round Table Hold behind. She says he's been here for far too long. He should no longer be shackled here. Anything that he might have once pledged to do should have greatly been done. She also said this place is razed to the ground, and it is not razed to the ground. It's just lightly singed. It's fine.
I knew you'd be back. Lay out your arms. Let's get smithing.
And if you look, his shackles are broken now. About that god-slaying weapon.
Here's my masterpiece to slay a god. That's all I've lived for. And my promise to Queen Marika. But do me a favor and do Do look after the girl. I can't hold on much longer. I'm going the way of the round table. It was
Hold on.
I'll smith as long as you like. Now, weren't you listening?
Why are you making
As
weapons?
I've always said, you came to challenge the demigods and their god, to slay them. And as long as you do, I will always smith your weapons. It is what I wish. To smith a weapon for you to slay a god. I'm going the way of the round table. It was a great honor to smith your weapons during my time here. Allow me to call you this just once before it ends. My lord. For that is what you are.
Oh, Hugh. Can I hug Hugh? He needs a hug. Roderica, it seems he's
I
staying.
see. Oh, is that right? So Master Hugh won't listen to you either. You have my thanks regardless. I'll try and talk him round next time. I know he was given this great entreaty to craft a weapon which could slay a god. Though I can't help but think of it as a curse, a fearsome curse, put on him by Queen Marika. And if that's the case, I'm not sure there's anything we can do.
I love that these two have a little father-daughter relationship going on, especially considering the fact that Hugh considers himself disgusting as a misbegotten and all that. After all, he said that he doesn't deserve for a young girl like her to treat him any bit decently. But she treats him decently anyway, despite the fact that she comes from a royal lineage.
I've upset the girl. She says that now my chains are broken, I'm free. That if I stay here, I will be ruined with the round table. Will you survive for freedom now? I smith weapons to slay a god. I have lived and will die doing so upon this spot. Is there any other way?
Have you tried, like, looking at Sunshine or anything? You might like it. It's worth a shot. Roderica, Grandpa's being stubborn.
I see.
So yeah, she kind of can't bear to watch Hugh slowly but surely degenerate until he dies. Because, like I said before, they've got kind of a father-daughter relationship going on. She seems practically dejected and depressed about it. Hey Gideon, how do you feel about the fire?
You burned the Erd tree, didn't you? Then the round table is soon to follow. No need to fret about that. The round table holds serve to put a tarnish upon the throne of Elden Lord. And if the Erd tree needed to burn for that to happen, then the round table must go as well.
I gotta say, Gideon, pretty understanding.
I'll stay at the round table for a time. I must learn all that can be taken from this place, and sear it into my memory. How could I call myself the All-Knowing if I did any less? The pursuit of knowledge is without end, for knowledge is never a thing complete. Thus, I maintain the mantle of All-Knowing Perhaps the same could be said of guidance. Who's to say whether we'll remain who we are once the fight is finished? What do you think? As one who aspires to become Elden Lord?
I think that when I look into the mirror, I say, yup, despite everything, it's still me.
Well, what is it now?
And so Gideon will stay here reading his documents, for he must have complete knowledge of everything before moving on. After all, how else could he be the all-knowing? All right, let's go finish off Farum Azula. There's only one thing left in here that we care about, and that is the Rune of Destined Death. The Rune of Destined Death has been kept here, high above the clouds, far away from the reach of anyone else, by Malekith the Black Blade. After all, who's going to make their way here, and even if they get here, who's going to make their way through everything to get to him? That's why there was a dragon tree sentinel right outside of his boss room, to protect the Rune of Destined Death. Or I guess to protect the bearer of the Rune of Destined Death. Which does mean that the only people that could get here either have permission to be here in the first place by Queen Marika, or are extreme badasses, and then one of the best possible things to try and stop said extreme badass is Malekith himself, who, as the bearer of the Rune of Destined Death, is so far like the only legitimate person that exists that could threaten the gods. Until we came along and ate their souls. Yummy. So, let's go put the old dog down.
Tarnished.
Wait a second.
Why wouldst thou?
Garank?
Why?
Why?
'Tis no matter. I hereby vow the destined death shall not be stolen again.
Garank, why are you here? I thought we were bros. That's right, that's why Garank was such a tough badass. It's because the whole time, Garank was not his true identity. And if you notice his outfit and everything, the outfit of the Beast Clergyman is the thing that we've been seeing all around Farum Azula.
Oh, death.
Hey, remember that talisman we talked about?
Become my blade once more.
Remember when I mentioned that fancy talisman on his hand? Yeah. It was housing the Rune of Death the whole time. Big spinny, slam, explosion. Hey, look, that's the exact attack. But with a greatsword this time. That was used by the Black Knife Assassins. Ah, shoot. The fourth roll has to be staggered. Silly. My greatsword can also shoot beams. My beams don't go as far, though. So I'll put them right in your butt. Goodbye, Malekith.
Forgive me. America. The Golden Order cannot be restored.
Not using the back big pairing claw? I didn't need it. Cutscene time, sorry. Behold. Destined death. Shaped kind of like a blade. Or maybe a person.
The rune of death is unbound. And the lands between are shrouded by death's dark fate. But the flames will also burn the impenetrable thorns. Farewell it is then. You'll be Elden Lord yet.